Remember, you've arrived at church. The bride, she may even have come late. You've got the pressure now is on because you've got a congregation of people waiting inside for the bride. You've got the guys all standing up the front of the church, nervous. You've got to get these photos. Don't rush these photos. They're timeless, priceless photos for the bride to look at later. Let them wait a little bit longer, get the photos right. It's great to come the day before, suss the church out, look at all the angles of where you'll take photos, and we'll have a look around in a minute of where we could pose the bride in this church. Also, we want to get those photos, nice photos of the bride and groom within about 10 minutes, no longer. What's very important to remember is you've got a lot of different light situations inside a church. Up the end, we have natural daylight coming through the stained glass windows. We have the sun coming through the side windows. We have various spotlights, etc. All different globes. What we've got to aim to do is put the speed up of your camera or use a faster film. A 400 film would be great for this situation. We're going to use flash and non-flash. The only time we can use flash in a church is when we're close to the bride and groom, because a flash is hopeless over 10 feet. It also can be annoying to the minister and to the church congregation, someone buzzing around with the flash going. Always ask your minister beforehand what they're happy for you to do and what not. We're going to use a tripod in the church for shots where we're back a long way, we can't use a flash, we're using a slow speed on our camera with 400 film to capture the ambient light, and it'll light up the church beautifully, but we can't hand hold the camera. Definitely need a tripod, but when we're up close to the bride and groom, we need to be there with a flash if there's not much light. When we're taking photos in a church, the first photos we want to get nailed away when there's not much happening in the service but songs, some prayers, maybe a singer, etc., is to get a long-range photo of the whole church. Now what we need to do is take this landscape or portrait. Now I'm going to take this one portrait first, then we're going to move around to a landscape shot. Now remember, we're at 400 and a slow speed, so we're again using the tripod. Now this shot is taken without a flash because our flash won't reach much past 10 pews and it will make the rest of the room go dark. So we want to steer away from that as much as possible, so definitely use a tripod for all of these type of shots. At the early part of the service, we've got about a good 15 minutes to get this particular shot. Now I've shot with a wide angle lens to get everybody in, but now I'm going to change to a zoom lens so I can zoom in more on the bride and the groom. Don't forget here, we're going to zoom in on the bride and groom using a good lens, a 150-200 lens, and we're going to take the shot 400 speed or 400 film. And always don't forget to put it on a tripod because we need a slow exposure to bring up the ambient light. One, two, three. What we're going to do now is we've taken the back shot, we're going to take a side shot looking at the bride and the groom. We're first going to pick up a shot of the groom, and then we're going to go to the other side and take a shot of the bride. Now we're well out of the way of the congregation here. We've moved up the side of the aisles. We're still out of the way. We've been unintrusive in the whole shoot so far. 3. We're taking the photos now from the front of the church, still with no flash. I've set the camera on a tripod again with the same settings. And what we can't do is speak to the bride and groom and say, hey, move in together or something like this. So before you actually shoot the bride and groom, earlier that day or the day before, you tell them if you say, go like this, that means come together closer, or chin up. Just give them a few little signs that they understand, and they'll do that, because now we're going to have a minister standing here, marrying them. And that's the shot. We want to get a photo behind with them looking forward or looking down with the minister, so we can't actually speak during the service. We're going to take the photo and then move again, no flash again. Now, if you're taking photos of a tall groom and a short bride, always shoot for the bride. Try and have the camera at her tummy level, and you'll get a perfect perspective of her body. Because if we're taking this as a fashion shoot, we'd be down low trying to make her look tall. But this will make the groom look ridiculously tall. So always shoot right at the middle of the bride, camera high. At this point, I've switched my camera over to automatic, and I've put my flash back on, so it will automatically set the camera. I'm shooting this at 6.7 at a 1/25th at 400 speed film. Now, typically, the priest will stand behind, or a rector or a minister will stand behind, and when the rings are exchanged, this is perfectly acceptable for the cameraman to come up and take a photo of that action happening. However, if Glenn puts on the ring like this, you put the ring on, he's hiding with his hand the ring. There's no way I can get in there to find it. I'd have to be on a ladder coming down. So it's really important to share with the bride and groom before they're married how to do this. So we've taught Glenn to hold her hand and put the ring on so we can get a lovely photo of that, because this is a timeless photo of when they're actually exchanging the rings, which is important to them and not important to everybody else. So if everybody else has to wait for an extra couple of seconds, it doesn't matter. We need that shot. Now, part of the pre-training of the bride and groom to get the best shots possible on the day is the bride's first kiss. Now, it's important, most people just throw this over and kiss the bride and you've lost the shot. You're lucky to get the shot and it's all over the place. So it's important to teach them to go, first step is to hold. We take that photo. Second step is about there. We take another photo. Third step is going back. And fourth step, we take a photo of the bride kissing the groom. Okay. And that's how we do it. It's a 3-step. Grab, move up, pull down, and then kiss. And you've got the shots perfectly. It's not a rushed shot, and you've got to teach the bride and groom, this is going to be a great shot for your album. Let's spend a little bit of time getting this shot. Don't worry about other people who might come up with their cameras trying to get a shot. You're the cameraman for the day. You have the best spot, and you're going to get the shot for them. At this stage, the bride and groom have been pronounced man and wife, and they're going to sign the register. We're not going to do this now, but normally they'd lead you off to the side or to a table to actually sign. Now, it's a really staged shot. There's some things they have to sign. If you've missed the shot, ask them to hold the pen again and pretend to be signing, because it's a still shot. It's not a video. And it's always great to get the whole side of the bride as she's signing. Don't just get the hands, because it's a shot of an action. And we get that of the bride and the groom, the best man and the maid of honour. When the bride first enters the church, coming down the aisle, you've got to teach your bride to actually walk slowly and to stop and pause with her father or whoever's giving her away at the time, so you can get that shot. Kneel down, get the shot, then let her go. But just give a simple sign like that, bend down, take the shot, and then move back. She'll come in further. You're getting more of the congregation. Like that again, take the shot, and maybe when she gets up near the front, take the photo again.